And it was a very, very long, long weekend that
Okay.
felt never ending.
All right, all right. So you planted the bag of beans last weekend, and all these things happened.
Yep.
A treant sprouts, 50% chance that it's evil. Hungry bullet burrows and attacks. Geyser erupts, spouting water, and all those things. Another bullet.
I got a lot of the same roles.
A nest of eggs. Another
I don't
bullet.
think I got. Oh wait, I did get an eggs. Oh wait,
Shriekers, geyser, toads. One
wait, did
minute.
I get an
Okay.
egg?
You have 4 bullets.
Anyone want eggs for breakfast? You just have to pass the DC 20 con save.
Okay, so here. Let's see. So if you pass the con save, a creature permanently increases its lowest ability score by 1.
We can get you to 10 or 11 decks.
Okay, alright, we're gonna play this. Here. Elwin, are you ready?
Okay.
Alright, we're starting? Okay, so, um, you guys are a group of monster hunters. There's 3 of you in your team. 4 maybe. But the 4th guy, um, got blown up by, or got chased off by a massive bullet. So, you haven't seen him in a while.
That makes
Um,
sense. Yep.
so you have a batch of eggs because you found a bag of beans, Xylona, and you planted them all, and chaos ensued.
Yep.
So a couple of these things are limited in time. So the pink toads, it only lasts for a minute, so that doesn't really matter. The geysers, you have multiple geysers of vinegar, beer, and tea. One each,
Alrighty.
but they go away after a few rounds, after there 7 rounds. So those have died off. The things that are lasting, since you did all these beans at the same time, are the eggs for one. Um, so let's do the eggs. So if anyone wants to eat the eggs, you have 7 of them. You have to pass the con save, or you get blasted with a fireball, basically.
Are we doing the? Are we eating these eggs or fighting down like bullets, like 3 of them?
Well, let's do the eggs first. What are you guys doing with the
Alright.
eggs?
Okay, so I'll do the eggs, but I'm gonna take this as my item. I'll do it before I have the item.
Okay.
Oh shit! I'm gonna take the amulet of health.
Woohoo!
So I'll roll it before I have that.
No, do it after, man.
Okay. Do you have it in your bag? Did you put it in your character sheet already?
No,
All right, I'll get it for you.
there it is.
All right, you got it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Then I'm gonna switch this to this. Okay. Then let me plus 20.
Because you have 4 decks.
Oh no, plus 10. Okay.
So
Here's
try
first
one
egg.
Try 1 egg. Just do 1.
Ooh.
5 decks. 5 decks.
Nice.
Oh my god.
All right. Let's pause right there. So Xylona, why don't you tell us about your character, what you are, where you're from, I don't know what your hobbies are.
Hold on, before you start, give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. That was a miracle because I'm looking at that and I'm like, wait,
Yep.
+4? Oh my god.
Alright, you have 27 seconds now to come up with your backstory.
Okay.
All right, I'm back.
Alrighty, so Xylona is something of a former researcher slash academic, discredited academic, who sort of got laughed out of the circles because she always had these outlandish theories that certain heroes weren't quite all they were chalked up to be, and like she has these notes that people may or may not have read during your travels with her that includes some notes about people she has interviewed regarding some famous individuals who came through this plane. And her notes are as so. And she has sort of taken a vow of, pacifism. So she really doesn't, fight. But she's happy to stay in that bush or that tree and, like, heal you from a distance and,
As a sorcerer?
sort of divine sorcerer. And so she's very happy to like cheer you on, and she has a lot of bandages because healer feet, and so she's always ready to mummify you if need be. All right.
Yeah, sorcerers can learn healing word?
Yeah. Divine soul sorcerer, man.
Oh, man, okay. Beacon of
And that
hope.
is about it. Yep.
Oh, geez, okay. Alright. Alright, that's very funny. So, wait. Dude with a... So, you've been doing research into these heroes of lore. Elwyn is a guy with a messiah complex. Renly is a mass murderer. Adis is a sociopath, or was a psychopath. Obsessed with balls. Overcompensating. Deimos is owner of a taco factory and a wonderful cleric who had the misfortune of meeting the above individuals. Okay, so that's the results of your research. Very good. Very good. I like it. Okay.
Midas, I promise we did not collaborate on this. I just came up with my character a few minutes ago, and the only one I told was Anthony.
Okay.
Wait, what did you do?
We did not collaborate.
All right.
Oh,
Your
God.
turn. So wait, do you want to do another egg, Elwyn?
Hell yeah.
All right, do it.
Roll the dice. Explode me.
Exploding.
I gotcha.
Okay.
I think.
All right, Elwyn, tell me about your character. Or Gawain.
34. Okay, so I am Gwaine, and I am a devout paladin of the great gods Elwyn, Renly, Deimos, Valinor, and Ashok. And I have sworn vengeance on everything that has to do with Euphemia. So that's why I'm a paladin of vengeance for her treatment of the true heroes of our world.
Okay. All right. So you and Xylona. All right. So you have heavy theological differences between you.
Yep.
Okay. All right. All right. Max Dastardly.
Max Dastardly was born in a city full of a bunch of these Spartan guys. You had to fight, get strong, no magic. Max Dastardly actually went to school with a guy whose uncle knew, a really strong guy that was in the army.
Oh, shit.
Not to brag. But one day, the town or city, continent, whatever, got attacked by this dragon. They were helpless until Max Dastardly looked into the sky and saw the burning effigy of the fire god from the sky, ride upon his trusty steed Deimos, and a really high old lady who was tiny.
Really hot, you said?
Really high.
Oh, high. Okay.
Yeah.
High on
Max
mushrooms, but
Dastardly.
just physically high.
Yeah, physically, both. Max Dastardly turned his ways away from structure and no magic, and figured out that he was barely smart enough to learn a few spells of his own. And he's been going around the world, being a Eldritch Knight and just a cool kid in general. Because, you know, his main thing he says is, everything shits and giggles until someone giggles and shits themselves.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say, if it's a hot old lady, my next question was, did she dance in the Super Bowl?
She was way older.
Oh Jesus. Speaking of the office, like the headquarters for my company, it's in San Francisco, so everybody was fucking bummed out today.
Oh, everyone's pissed off. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. All right. Here we go. Elwin, do one more egg. Let's see. Okay.
Oh god.
And get your face blown in. So Renly healed you for 18. So minus 18 plus 27.
So 9 more.
Okay. Renly, you have 4 eggs still in your pack.
Xylona is very happy with those.
Xylona,
eggs,
sorry.
yes.
Xylona. All right. So here's a setting. You guys are monster hunters. Okay. You are currently in the country of Eramor. The world is a shitfest. It's a dark, fucked up shitfest. Okay. Monsters are springing out of everywhere. Weird mutations, hellish beasts, undead. These odd like hybrid creatures just kind of out of nowhere. Just in the last several years. And it's been about 5 years since the shattering, when the continent was broken. So since then, like, just stuff has been coming out of the ground, or like, just things have been popping up. Curses have been rampant as like dark, untold forces have leaked their way into the land. The light of the gods has been snuffed out. All kinds of things are just beginning to fall apart. Winter, the season of winter, is devastating and brutal and cold. It's like all the stops, all the shackles, all the restrictions on winter have been broken and let loose. And during the winter season, a blizzard reigns constantly. But right now it's not winter. Right now it's late spring. In general, people have gotten simpler and stupider. It seems like storms are wild and raging, and they take a lot longer to dissipate. The moon has gone dark, and all you can see is instead of a brightness in the sky, all that's left in the nighttime is a small star that tracks where the moon used to be, and where the moon was is just an empty blackness. So stuff has gone crazy, but people are people, and they make do and they carry on. So now in the country of Eramor, actually a lot of places, as monsters pop up, monster hunters come into vogue. So bands of people who would be not heroes, but like just people who can manage to band together and outthink a monster or slay a monster get together, and they go town to town. And when they come to a town, sometimes they'll find, they'll ask around, or they'll find contracts, or things of monster problems that people are having. It's become so common nowadays that people actually have a notice board put up in most towns, and people will come by, townsfolk will come by, and if they're having a problem with something, anything weird, they'll post up a contract, and traveling groups of monster hunters will come by and take up contracts as they see fit. So that's the kind of the world you're living in right now. Have any of you played The Witcher? The Witcher games.
Of course.
The Witcher world.
Damn it, guys! Okay, yeah, no, I'm out of the loop. I've only seen all the trailers.
Oh my goodness, Renly. I mean Gale. I mean Xylona. Anyway, that is the world you're in right now. Basically, the world has gone to crap. Okay, it's a version of that. But this is the plane. This is the material world, the prime material world, and you are on the same continent as your other party is from. So just since your team would know this, so I'll show the old map. Erelin, right? This country here has been renamed Eramor. The borders all look different. Like all these countries and borders and stuff that you see on the map here are all different, are greatly different, right? A lot has changed. But what you know right now is that the country that was known as Erelin is now called Eramor. Alright? Primarily human population, but it's kind of sparse. Alright. Any questions?
Nope.
So I do feel like there were a couple of big cities, with a certain child king and all, and I'm just trying to figure out like what happened to certain cities. Like,
So, you guys are in Podunksville, Eramor, right? Like right up there. Any connection to at all where Westvane was is all the way down. Like Westvane is all the way down there in Hasselin. Okay, so you're 1,500 miles away. Okay, so you guys have never been out of Eramor in your lives.
alrighty.
What about
So-
Ospium?
Ospium, the capital city, it is much changed. It's much reduced. The walls are broken down. A lot of people have scattered. King Darius Brightlord returned there years ago, after the Shattering. Broken is much diminished, with a small portion of the troops that he left with. He's trying to establish a reign and institute civility and rule of law, but these monster occurrences and all the chaos and darkness that's popping up all around the place. It's everything he can do to stabilize his city and the surrounding regions. You guys, like I said, are way out in Podunksville, right? So there's very little rule of law out here.
Okay.
Okay.
Local?
All right. So, there's been an explosion. You guys, so Gawain, you are injured, not just from fireballs and stuff, but there is a roving pack of bullets chasing you.
They were just beans! I yell as they're running for our lives.
Okay. So let's see where we are here. Where's my grid? Okay. So you guys are running. You're rushing through the area. It's like a heavily forested area. Gawain, you have been slashed. You have a huge chunk of flesh torn out of the back of your right leg, and a huge claw mark gashed out of your back, your lower back. You're barely hobbling along. Xylona and Max Dastardly are helping support you as you're running along, and behind you, hungry family of bullets are
Can everyone else
chasing you down. Can you guys see?
Okay.
No, I cannot see the map yet.
Black, yeah.
I can. While I'm hobbling, I'm touching myself and trying not to moan, and I'm just gonna use my whole lay on hands. Oh,
Okay.
I'll leave 1 point just in case I need to bring someone up, so I'll heal myself for 24.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So, can you guys see the map at all?
Nope.
It's completely
So
black.
for me. Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird. Can you see this map?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can see both.
I'll move everything there. Okay, so here's Gwaine. You're injured. Your back is still torn apart. Your health is better, but for the most part, you're basically borderline crippled. Hence, your dexterity being at a 5.
Yep.
Okay, this pack of bullets is behind you. Huge creatures just blasting through the brush. This is a heavily forested area. You see trees just shattering behind you as these bullets are, with reckless abandon, bearing down on you guys. So that's a bullet.
Any ideas? Because
What do you guys do? They're chasing down. You guys are pretty slow, so they're catching you pretty quickly.
Oh,
How
screw
tough do
it.
these look? These bullets.
How what?
How tough do they look?
They're bullets. They're CR5, 17 armor, 94 hit points.
I'm hypnotic patterning them. If I
All right.
can.
All right, so you're gonna turn behind you and cast Hypnotic Pattern. Target them and roll.
Yes. So I have to change this thing to. Wait, let me just double check my group PC actually. Charisma. Yeah. Okay, it's charisma. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Oh, they all fail. Okay, they are all
Run!
all charmed for 1 minute.
Elwyn would be proud of you.
Yeah.
Ilona. Now
All right.
let's go.
The guy with the Messiah complex? Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I like living large and taking charge. You guys better not hold me back. I'm gonna take care of these things myself.
Okay.
But I start running the opposite direction.
All right. So Elwyn, your character has reduced movement speed because you're all fucked up.
I'll help them move.
Okay. So you guys are traveling on. So everybody. So you're moving on for 1 full minute. So everybody, roll me 3 dexterity checks.
Oh, come on.
Wait, for 3 minutes I will guidance you on those checks, right?
Okay.
That's a 4! Oh gosh, okay, so for you that becomes
That's
13.
That's 5 more points.
Okay. So I need 2 more checks from you, Xylona.
Alrighty, here we go. Fuck.
Alright, so in the process of you guys fleeing, Max, Dasserly, and Gawain, with Xylona's help, you guys managed to get pretty far ahead, but then you look back and you see Xylona is tangled in some roots and shrubberies, like helplessly tangled up and stuff, and she's stuck. She's
I am gonna Misty Step
face
out.
flat
I
on the
got
floor.
it. Okay,
Okay,
you
you're
can go.
casting Misty Step?
I'll Misty Step once I'm
Okay.
out of the dirt.
Alright. She suddenly appears in front of you, acting as if nothing ever happened.
And I'm running.
I look around. Are we like in a plain? Is there any buildings? What's the scenery looking like?
So you're in a forest right now.
Climb some
Ahead of you,
trees.
you see a small hill, and let's see. You're a human?
Yeah.
It's nighttime, so
Okay.
the stars are in the sky. Like I said, there's no moon. Let's see here. Everyone roll perception.
A hill. That's the bane of my existence.
And now we all die.
What hill?
I said perception.
I don't know what you're.
Oh, you guys see shit.
Your
You
eyes.
guys see jack shit.
I'm holding his eyes closed and he's holding mine.
Don't look at that hill. I won't look at that hill if you don't look at that hill. I don't want you to suffer.
Guys, you're hugging too hard. You'll need to run, not hug.
Oh,
So Xylona, you misty step ahead of the group of the guys, right? And you see you're near the top of the hill, and you look down and you see what looks like lights, some dim lights from down the hill. Maybe a town, you can't tell because it's obscured by trees. You look back and you see that Gwaine and Max Dastardly are like they've basically moved. They've turned 90 degrees and they're running the opposite, like this way, away from you.
You guys, I messaged them.
oh. We were just making a zigzag pattern. We'll come right back to you. Right? Yeah. You'll never even know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys continue on for a little while before you, Xylona, you know that the time has passed and your hypnotic pattern spell has failed. You can hear behind you a few bullet roars and the breaking and shattering of earth and trees crumbling behind you. A fair ways back, but they're still chasing.
Do we see any figures in the distance, like forward?
You got them. Let's see, following you.
No. In front of us, like from the lights that we see in front of us. Like, do we see any figures, like guards or anything else in the distance?
No, you come over the rise and you're heading down there, and you see what amounts to be a small kind of like logging town.
Oh no.
You know, a handful of buildings, maybe 6 or 7. There's light coming from inside the windows, a few of them. You're guessing more close to midnight.
Alrighty, this will be great.
I throw a ration really far in the other direction. 'Cause that'll slow them down.
You throw a ration.
Renly, give me one of your eggs.
Oh yeah, give them an egg.
Who's Renly?
I mean,
I might throw you in it.
and I'll throw it in the direction of the bullet.
Okay.
Let's see if one of them eats it
Alright.
and fails the con save.
You guys continue on in the direction of the town. It's gonna take you, it's a quarter mile away. So you're stumbling through the brush. You're moving kind of slowly because Gwaine is basically like half crippled. You're a heavy limp. Even though you've healed, you stopped the bleeding with your lay on hands. There's some permanent nerve damage. So
Guys, why didn't we just climb a tree and like hold still for a bit until they'd gone by?
Where's the excitement in that?
the lead bullet behind you just got
we
stronger.
just made them stronger.
Fuck!
They gotta fight over it.
All right.
Are you
all right.
kidding me?
You guys have 4 more rounds. What are you doing? They are moving faster than you.
You have a really strong strength, don't you, Gwaine?
Yes. Strong like Deimos.
Okay.
No,
Max,
Deimos was a psychopath. Why are you talking about Deimos?
Deimos was an excellent, lovely individual. It was Adis who was
Okay.
the psychopath.
Oh, that's
So
right. That's right.
I'm totally like like Deimos, because Deimos is total regular, and I am going to don't resist this, and I'm going to cast Levitate on Gwaine, and just hold on to Max and like drop him in the tree above, okay?
Okay.
And so I'm levitating them, and I misty step onto the highest tree branch I can see and hold really still.
All right, you're hiding up
I was
in the
gonna-
tree.
Yep.
I was gonna take the winged boots as my item instead of the con thing, but I thought since I'm always gonna be like the front line, I might as well use the hit points.
Okay. You guys are up in the tree. Okay.
I'm
30
I'm
seconds.
focused on Gwen like in the air. So Gwen is like really high in the air.
Wait, how high?
I just keep going.
Let's see. Hold on. One creature rises up to 20 feet. It says.
And then
Respect-
it's like 10 minutes, and so you can make them go up or down every round by another 20. But
Okay.
it's 60-foot range, so yeah, 60 feet.
60 feet up in the air.
Wait. No. Just in case they get us, I need to be close to the ground, because I'm going to be the one in melee. So just put me like 30 feet up.
Okay, I'll put you up in the foliage so that you can Hulk smash them if you need to. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I got Misty Step too, so I can Misty Step to him.
So 3
You
rounds
had
go by.
50 steps this whole time.
3 rounds go by, and then coming out of the brush, you see the bullets. An innocent deer wandering by in the woods just gets smashed and gobbled up as the bullets come blasting into the area. Okay.
Childhood trauma.
All right.
Bambi.
So, Bambi.
Oh god.
All right, so they come blasting into the air. You guys are up in a tree. The Blitz are raging past, so they're not paying super attention, but you're all gonna have to roll stealth checks.
That's not a thing we're gonna do.
And I'm wearing armor too. Could be a lot worse.
Quick, guide him.
Oh my god.
Give him that D4. Maybe one of them has
Give
really
me
bad
the D.
perception.
Give me the D, Salona.
Oh my god.
All right. As
7.
let's see here. Okay.
Now, I do want
sorry.
to point out he's in the air, and these things are.
Yeah, and they're moving pretty quickly. But they have a passive perception of 16. But I'll make them roll. We'll give them
If they
disadvantage.
pass us,
I mean,
The
since
town
getting
down there is
read
fucked.
and dashing and moving really quickly, I'm like,
I told you, they can't see any of us. Well, they can't see me. You guys are fucked.
I dropped.
you dropped it to Eddie.
I
Oh
dropped.
my
Yeah, I
God.
dropped in that 20. So anyway, so they're, the Blitz pause, right, and they're roaring and they're raging. They're sniffing around, and they look up, and for some reason, Gawain is there glistening in the starlight. His bright shiny armor, kind of scintillating there, and they get enraged and they just crash into the tree that you guys are all or the two of you are hanging out on top
I'm
of.
dropping the remaining 3 eggs in hopes that they eat them.
Sorry guys, I've put my baby oil on top of my armor instead of my body today.
It's
Wait,
not your
wait,
fault.
wait, 3 eggs?
Yep, the last 3 eggs, right? So I'm
Alright,
just
alright,
dropping
last
those.
3 eggs, here we go.
We're gonna make it super Pizzette.
Alright.
Oh.
Oh my god!
Okay, Xylona, roll 30 d6s.
While I watch this, I'm gonna turn to her and say, "Are you a descendant of Elwyn?"
It looks like you're taking this to the max.
That's good.
Alright.
Oh my
Alright.
god.
So, 2 of them outright die. They blow up into bullet chunks. The other 2 are gravely wounded as you guys all begin to float down to the ground. Now, who had levitate on them? Gawain, you're still up there.
Gwen did.
All right,
But Gwen, did you want to actually, like, help smash into the remaining one?
Yes,
Go.
that's what I live for.
the other 2 of you are falling 30 feet. So, are you just falling, or are you...
I'm gonna fall, but in like a dangerly way. I'm gonna throw some knives.
Okay. So, All of you guys roll initiative. Here's falling
Oh,
damage for the
Jesus.
two of you.
I'm gonna go negative.
I don't take falling damage.
What?
How
You
are
take
you
falling
still
damage.
better than
I
me?
take pain to my shins.
Falling damage to both of you, 12 each. As you smash down to the ground, and you all roll like crap.
Well, I landed on my face.
Okay. The two remaining bullets really, really screwed up. Like there's big chunks of armor, like bone and stuff hanging off of them. Their heads are barely like slogging back and forth, but they're still awake enough and alert enough to know when prey has landed next to them. So this first one, bullet number 1, since you guys have crap for initiative, is going to jump in at Max Dastardly.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Well, ow.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna take that like a man.
Okay, it's coming in with its bite.
Joke's on you. I'm dead.
God!
Go down
Oh my god! I killed the party! Oh god!
most extreme way. I fall to the ground.
You chose to roll the beans.
Oh my god, I love this.
The beans killed us.
After this fight, you guys can re-roll all new level 5 characters, and we'll start again. Alright, the bullets only get 1 attack. So, second bullet sees this first one just munching on Max Dastardly, and he sees a little bit of motion behind him, this small, slim elven woman, or half-elven woman, and he's going to leap in your direction. Let's see. It lands on his feet in a space that contains one or other creatures. Each of those creatures must exceed a DC 16 strength or dexterity saving throw, or be knocked prone and take a bunch of damage. Alright, so Xylona, it slams down on top of your area. Roll a dexterity or a strength or dexterity saving throw, your choice.
Alright, Dex. I am going to do Favored by the Gods, which allows me to add a 2d4.
2d4.
Okay, you need 3. Alright, you save. So you take half this, and you are not knocked prone.
Okay, how much am I dead?
Alright, so here's this. Alright. You took 17. Okay, that's their turn. Well, you also took 12 from the falling.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
There,
Wait,
so,
hold on.
alright.
Yeah, there.
Max Dastardly, death saving throw.
Extreme.
Gawain, you are 30 feet up in the air in a tree, or above a tree line.
Alright. So, I'm gonna fall. She dropped the concentration, right?
Are you still concentrating? No, she's up.
No,
She's-
you wanted Hulk smash, so I dropped it.
Okay.
Good. So I'm coming on my way down. I'm gonna unsheath my greatsword, which I named Balinar, and I'm gonna come right down on the guy that's chewing on Max.
Okay.
And
This guy right here.
yeah, I'm gonna say, like the Elwins and the Deimos and the Balinars. And on my way down, bonus action, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
And wait a minute, let me put some smiting in it. I'm gonna cast a level 2 smite.
Okay. I'll laugh real hard if you miss the attack.
I already hit.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Balinar, show him your power.
Okay. You blow it up. It splatters into chunks all over the place. You land on the ground, and Max Dastardly is chewed up, but still alive.
It's my turn. Oh,
Alright,
do I take any
Xylona.
falling damage?
Yeah, you fell, right?
Yeah, of course. 14. So that would be
Xylona.
Alrighty, so at this point, I'm gonna look at this creature and be like, I believe in pacifism, but at the same time, I do not think you count as a being I would respectfully think of as sentient, perhaps, maybe? I don't know. I'm rethinking this as I sacred flame it, because that's my only offensive, like, cantrip thing, because
That's
all
all
the
you have,
other
Sacred
fish
Flame?
winning, mage had guidance.
Your only offensive spell is Sacred Flame?
for cantrips. Well, actually, maybe, yeah, actually, true.
Right.
Yes, that's
It
my
fails.
only offensive.
Alright.
Okay, and then I'm going to healing word. No, you know what? I will healing word. Let me do this. And you okay there, Max? As I start pulling out the bandages.
Oh,
Alright.
snap.
You guys look over and you see Xylona, this pacifist half-elf woman that you've been traveling with, just like brutally cast a spell and disintegrate, just like blast apart this bullet. And splatters and bloody chunks all over the place.
I'm sorry. I had to go take care of the ones in the dream realm. So I allowed them to take me out in the most extreme fashion.
To the max.
To the max.
The Max. Wait, what?
It was dangerous, but that's what I'm about.
Right.
That's
right.
dastardly.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Okay, you
Alright.
get back 13 hit points, Max.
Nice.
There's your healing word for 13? Holy cow.
No, that's my bandages.
Oh,
I didn't
bandages.
fluffy.
Nice. Nice. Okay. You guys are now looking down at a village town. The explosion in the woods has definitely garnered some attention. So there's some people, there's more lights on. You hear some commotion down below. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna inspect the bullets, and I'm gonna see if I can salvage some meat that we can offer these people in exchange for some lodging or something. I'm sure that's like a thing.
Also,
And
I'm
this-
collecting like we're monster hunters, right? So
Mhm.
collect the stuff to show that we definitely kill these things.
Or
These are
stuff that,
big
like,
fucking,
we can
big
sell.
fucking deals. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
will
harvest the good things. I'll harvest the meat.
I think I butcher one of them.
You guys are all terrible.
All right, yeah.
We're supposed
So
to cut this part right here.
What is this creature?
I have no idea. I'm chopping random
yeah,
shit.
Xylona, you go full on serial killer on it. It's like after Dexter is done with one of his bodies, it's in small itty bitty like gruesome chunks all over the ground.
Then I try to redo it on another corpse, and that one is also into itty.
Yeah, you guys have one good bullet left. So what are you doing with the one good bullet?
Oh god.
We drag it.
We give up.
Wait,
we
you
got
guys
it.
all rolled really bad on your survival checks. No,
I
you
I
have
give
nothing.
no guidance. I give the other two guidance.
You have
So that's a
Let me
12
try.
for Queen. And that's
Let me do it.
not a 10. 12 for Queen.
That's what. How
10
you do
for.
it.
it's the
Oh.
worst. Wait. You already tried.
No, this is the last one.
All right. So Max Dastardly, after Xylona and Gawain and yourself have totally shredded and butchered and ruined anything that was good about these animals, you roll a natural 20 on the last little chunk of meat that was salvageable left. All right. So you now have 3 pounds of edible bullet meat.
Ooh.
I like to leave it to the end in the most extreme fashion.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
Let's head to that town. I'm really sore.
Very.
All right. You guys march, head your way down to town. You're covered in like bullet gore and stuff. And Gawain, you're still limping. I mean, you're going to be limping forever. You're never going to heal from this. Cuz your dex is so shit.
It's all right. I'll collect disability.
Okay. And also your movement is half. I made your movement half speed
Yeah,
permanently.
totally understandable. I'm good with it.
At
So
least you've got 5 decks now, and not 4.
Still a -3. That didn't change.
all right, so you guys make it down to town, and you see a small gathering of village people. And this is a simple village. This is a village of not even 100 people. Various ages and sizes and shapes, but they're all like, they look like honest, hardworking farmer, agricultural kind of people. As you guys come out of the woods, covered in bullet gore,
Oh, actually,
carrying...
I've been prestidigitation myself. I actually have that cantrip.
You do?
Just to me though.
What do you mean to you? God damn it, Max.
No, I gotta make sure I look good.
All right. So you're carrying. So emerging from the woods is Max Dastardly, right? Looking pristine and spotless, holding up Gawain. Gawain's arm is over your shoulder, right? Covered in gore, limping, left leg barely working, and Xylona behind him.
Thank you, my good son. Thank you for saving
Also-
our lives.
Also
Max
covered
Dastardly.
the most gore.
You did it again. Max Dastardly. You've heard the name.
One villager kind of raises his eyebrows at you and says, "Are you?"
Yes, I am.
And I walk over to him and I sign his shirt.
He looks down. Right. What did you sign it in?
I signed it with this pen I always carry
Okay.
around as a shirt.
Max Dastardly.
He signed your shirt. I
Looks down.
You
applaud.
take that one home. Don't sell it on eBay.
Xylona, as you clap your hands together, exuberantly, you splatter little flecks of blood, over the guy's shirt too, and a little bit over his face. He's an older man, mid to upper 50s, a little, like skinny and fragile, but his skin is, leather tough, like it's been in the sun a lot. Definitely a farmer. His hands are all calloused and stuff. And he says, he kind of like, shudders a little bit as the little flecks of blood hit him in the face. And he says, "Hey, are you a danger to us in our town?"
The only danger we are is danger to monsters in the most brutal and extreme fashion.
Unless you're followers of Euphemia.
Then we'll murder you.
You hear a bit of commotion behind him. A couple of kids kind of like, they throw themselves into their mother's arms, and a few of the parents are like pulling back, and the man says, "You're monster hunters?
You know it.
You're unlike any monster hunters we've seen."
Yeah,
Yes, wait.
we're still alive.
Yes, thanks to Max Dastardly. I jazz hands at him.
More
His hand.
blood flecking all over the place. One gets in the guy's eye now. He's like blinking. He's like tears are coming to his eyes. He's trying to rub it ferociously from his face. A few seconds go by and he's blinking and he's shaking his head and he says, "Monster hunters." He says, It's been 2 span since monster hunters have come through here. He says, "Have things grown so terrible that you and your party..." He looks at Gawain and Xylona and he says, You look like shite."
Why, thank you.
We just hunted monsters.
We are alive. God
Of
damn it.
course. Yes.
I took out the ones in the dream realm.
We're simple folk. We don't know anything about a dream realm, but we know monsters. Yes. And you must be tired. Do you need some lodging?
My dear sir, we know nothing in this world comes free. What would you like in exchange?
He says, "Well, yes, all of us here have had our fair share of our run-ins. There's some strange shit going on in our town. Yes, but I, myself,
I'd be willing to put you up in the barn because I've suffered the worst of everyone here. We all know it.
And there's people nodding their heads.
We all know it.
Tell us
Monsters.
Yes.
Well, come. 'Tis late. And now
True.
that we know that you're not some horrible specters coming to gobble up our town out of the darkness, then we can. He
Do you
waved at
have-
the townfolk. He goes, "Off now, off, all of you."
Where are the young
back to bed.
adults?
Hold on. Before, while he's like, while everybody's still close by, I'm going to divine sense to see if these are not like undercover vampires that want to suck our blood while we sleep.
Also, Max Dashley is going to go ask for where the young adults are, because he's going to teach them self-defense tactics. But he's going to send all the men over to Quayne, and then I'll take care of the women.
No.
Quayne, this is your job. This is what you got when you signed up.
That's right. I forgot.
Well, it's midnight, so everyone is like
Where are your
in their
brothers
in their
that are
pajamas,
over the ages of 18.
and there's maybe 15 or 16 people there.
I take a perception look.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception.
I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm sorry. I don't have time for you guys. I'm gonna go.
Gawain, you sense nothing but mundane people.
I detect thoughts, and look at surface thoughts of everybody around.
Wait, surface thoughts of all of them?
As in, like, so as I'm walking by, I'm like looking around, trying to just see what the vibe is. Are they very impressed by Max Dastardly? Are they kind of like going like, who the hell are those people? What is this thing about, stuff happening in the town?
Okay, all right. So
Nothing deep, just general.
so the people, just like other towns that you've been in, and it's been a while since you've been in a town. You've been traveling for a while. The few thoughts that you're able to pick up on as people are starting to disperse, are some of them. There's a little bit of like bewilderment. They're like, what is going on here? What has this world come to? One older woman, probably in her 60s, is looking at Max Dastardly, and she's thinking that there's a fine hunk, and the rest are, a couple of them are, the predominant thought you're getting is one of cautious concern. No, the people definitely don't know if they can trust you yet.
I'll motion my head towards the mature lady,
Mhm.
and be like, "Hey, Max." Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's up?
Mm-hmm. And I
Oh.
will motion over to her.
I look
Like-
over. Oh, Max Dastardly's not that dastardly.
She just mature.
That's not mature. That's coming up on Ada's mom.
You have to throw
Don't
that in.
mention that traitor.
I will summon the great dark one. Ada's mother.
So
Yeah.
so the old lady kind of sighs and kind of begins to, she's the only, everyone else is
says-
dispersing.
I stop
All that's
her,
left
and I say,
is Farmer Yalls and this
"Don't
old lady
worry."
who begins to walk towards you. She's got like a cloak over her shoulders and a little bit of a hood over her head. It's kind of chilly in the nighttime, so you don't
I
really
step
see
in
her
front of her.
features.
I take that hood off. Hey, you have to talk to my secretary first.
Excuse me, ma'am. Would you please remove the hood before you speak with Mr. Dastardly?
He said, you hear underneath the hood, you hear her say, "I was just trying to get to know this fine young man who's come to save our town." She pulls back the hood back and she kind of lets her cloak drop to the ground. "Well, young man," she says.
Quayne, this one's on you. Congratulations on your promotion.
I'll I'll put my palm upside, like asking for it, and Dastardly knows that the women that he doesn't approve with, I have to sign, like I have to autograph them in his name.
Yeah.
So I get the pen and I immediately like try to sign her titties. I sign Max Dastardly.
Max
and Nick
Dastardly.
had a thumbs up at her.
She pauses for a moment. She looks down at like the Sharpie marks on her on her cleavage, and she's a scowled perplexed. So, Xylona, you're picking up confused thoughts of is this a sexual advance? Is this a weird custom from towns afar? She's not exactly sure what it says because Gwaine, roll a sleight of hand check.
Oh jeez. This is awesome. Ooh.
Ooh, not bad. Okay.
It's barely legible. It's barely legible. But it's upside down, so she can't really read it. So,
If you have any concerns, you can talk
Would
to
you
us
like
in the morning.
anything else signed?
she says.
Privacy?
She says, "Well, are y'all offering to use that little pen of yours on other parts?"
Well, my boy here, Gwen, has a price. It's not high, but he'll do whatever you need
Yes,
for the
well,
right price. Which I stress enough is not that high.
I'm a poor farmer's widow, so I have not much. Except these. She pulls out a hefty bag of gold.
Gwen,
It's in the contract, damn it.
it's in the contract.
Well, Miss Old Lady, show me to your house.
Yes, I have very warm quarters. Come this way.
I'll see
Just
you
for
guys
safety
in.
reasons, we'll be on the outside door.
I'll see you guys in 5. I look back at her. I say, make it 10 minutes.
Ooh. He's gonna get the Gwen special.
Anyway, as she's heading off with Gwaine, the old man who was talking to you in the beginning, he says,
Hey, he says. It seems Lula's gotten her hands in another one. Hey, that woman. Just between you and me, without the missus knowing, that woman's a bit insatiable. Your friend, he won't be returning anytime this night.
At least I won't get crabs.
He says, come. He says, come. He says, I have a nice warm place in me barn for the two of you. I have something of concern to show you.
Okay.
Okay.
Show me with great concern, not just concern.
so you guys head off back towards his farm, and as he's walking, he's talking. He says,
Aye, things have gone to real shite here of late. He says,
in me farm, and it's it's a good couple hundred yards away to his farm. It's on the outskirts of town. You can see his homestead. The fields are kind of out in front of you, and by starlight you can tell kind of where the boundaries of different farms are. His is there's large pasture lands and some fields for plowing. There's a smattering of animals across them, and as you approach, you see a small house, probably not much, just maybe 3 rooms, and a moderate-sized barn.
he says, the missus should be sleeping still. And we have no room in our house. I'm sorry for you. But there's place in the barn. If you can deal with the thing I want to show you.
He's got a lantern with a burning oil wick inside it. And he leads you up to the barn, and he opens it up. He unlocks it, and he opens it up, pulling the kind of rickety wooden doors open. And inside there's a musty smell. And he hangs the lantern up on a hook. And he says, "Over here. We used to keep horses and sometimes cows in this here barn. He says, but and he points to a corner where there's like a rough spun cloth, like a blanket, just a pretty large blanket, like a tarp almost, laid out on the ground. He says, that's what happened." He kind of points at it.
I mage hand the tarp off.
You pull it back, and you see dried, like basically blood stains on the ground, staining the ground, and some on the wood, smatterings of it all across the corner of the room, where the tarp was lying. He says, "Well, you see, we had a dog, a bitch, and she were in heat, and she got herself pregnant from one of the neighbor farmer's dogs. And it's normal, But late into her pregnancy, we knew something was a wee bit off. And that night, I'll never forget it. She was whelping her litter. 6 pups came out, and two of them was black as night, twisted and kind of misshapen. And there's a horrible heat that came off of their skin, and they came out steaming. The other 4 were normal, but these two, they snarled and they hissed and they nipped, and then there was an ungodly howl that came up from their throats. I didn't know what to do. I backed off. I walked away. I went to get the missus, and when I'd come back, the 2 hounds, they torn their brothers and sisters apart. Chunks of bone and flesh everywhere. And they'd gone in and they laid into their mother. She was lying there screaming and shuddering on the floor, and they tore her belly open and gashed her throat. I chased them off with my axe. I'd gotten it when I was outside. They howled and hissed and snarled at me, and then they rushed off. Their eyes, a dull glowing red. And ever since then, they're coming back. Every other night, they'll come back, and another one of the animals would disappear. And they've grown something fierce. Large, fiery, dark. I've been losing cows, and then me sheep, and goats. They're eating me out of house and home. I have nae bit, but a few sheep left. It's terrible. Please, can you help me?
Ken. But first, we need to speak with your wife.
Hey? He says, not about Lula, right?
What? No. Who's that?
No, of course. Very good, yes. I'll get her. I'll get the missus. He says, oh, he shakes your hand. He says, by the way, my name's Yals. Farmer Yals.
Who's Lula?
We should ask his wife. I have no idea.
Mabel's my wife. Please. Like you said, no Lula. No talk of Lula.
No Lula.
Sore subject around these parts.
Sore subject.
Why?
Why is it a sore subject? We should ask his wife.
I nod.
he's kind of
Max.
He kind of he's at the back. A few minutes go by, and he comes back from the farmhouse, and he's bringing with him a few blankets, and another lantern, and trailing behind him is an equally old. So he's he's maybe upper 50s, lower 60s, and along with him is a woman about his age, equally kind of hunched over because of all the work in the sun and the hard labor of the farm, leathered skin, all that jazz. And he comes back. He says, "We're back." He says, "This here's Mabel. We brought you some blankets."
Good. Mabel,
Hey,
why did this dog give birth to bad dogs?
hey,
What did you do? Did you make a deal with the devil?
no.
Is this Lola that we're talking about?
His eyes are growing large. Her eyes are growing large. She says, "Nay, I never done nothing but take care of me family and me animals."
What about your daughters?
Our daughter's grown and moved out. They went off to Alton years ago. It's just been me and y'all's here. Who?
Who is this Lula
Lola.
your husband speaks of?
Lola.
He said that she brings a sore spark somewhere. Is this something to do with the dogs? Or is
She
it with the
glares
person who shall
at
not
y'all
be?
and she smacks him on the back of his head. "You've been talking about Lola again, you
No,
bastard!"
he didn't. He told us not to talk about it to you.
Yeah. She says, "You fucking bastard!" She kicks him in the back of the
He's
leg.
not a bastard. He's a farmer.
He's like, "Woman, get off me! We've talked about this before." And she's like flailing at him with with a blanket. She's smacking it over his head.
Are you reenacting the attack of the dog on the other dogs right now? I need this for our extreme notes.
She kicks him in the crotch. He bends over and he goes stumbling out of the building. She goes chasing after him off into the night.
Okay.
Can
So
we
you
sleep in the
figured-
beds then?
Yes. This was my plan all along. They won't be sleeping in the same bed tonight. So we're gonna go to their house and sleep in a cozy bed and not the
Sounds
farm.
about right.
Got him again.
Okay, so you're going back to their house.
Oh yeah. Come on now.
All right. So you go up to their house and you find their bed, and you kind of like settle down in it. Gwaine.
Uh.
What? What are you gonna say?
Yep.
Oh no. I'll wait.
So Gwaine, you found out that as your back, the nerves in your back that have been damaged, in the attack, right, have also severed and damaged your ability to get it up.
Don't say it.
Oh my god.
And as you're in this old lady's house, she says, "Well, I have to admit, I was expecting a bit more from a young man than this." He says,
Where is she looking?
she says, "Tell me," she says, "and it's okay though. I've experienced my fair share of failures to perform. Do you like it any other way?"
Remember what's in the contract.
What's in her closet?
Oh, whatever you mean by that.
Divine Smiter with that dildo.
She says, "I'm saying," she says, "if you cannot do it yourself," she says, "I have a few things that you might be able to finish the job with, because, she points at herself, "I'm getting old, and I do not have much time to fuck around with men who cannot get it up."
Whip it out.
Okay, out come the toys and stuff like that. So, roll a
Athletics.
Dexterity.
Alright,
How
okay, so
flexible are you?
roll me one athletics check and two sleight of hands check.
Oh, you're gonna get it, old lady. I call this
You
the
pull a hamstring.
maximum pudding pop.
Okay. Okay, the flexing and the muscles come into play.
Oh no, it's going in the wrong area.
You came out so strong at that 0.
It
All right.
ended in the wrong area.
Okay, so let's just say, to summarize the evening, you are highly exuberant, but extremely lacking in precision and skill. Okay. So the night goes by. Halfway through the night, the Mabel comes back to the house, right? She sees you guys conked out in the bed. She snorts. She goes, right? She grabs another blanket and she puts it on the floor.
No, I slap a spot next to me.
All right, so she like pushes you over and crams into the bed with the three of you. Farmer yells. He sleeps in the barn that night.
Okay, right here, right now. Didn't even see it coming.
Ow! What was
Oh
that?
shit! Sorry, I kicked you in the cooch. I was just trying to accidentally grab her and pretend I was sleeping.
I may chance slap you. Go back to sleep.
All right, fine.
When she slaps me, I fall over on the farmer's wife.
You guys get a room.
She
All right, let's get a room.
no, she's asleep. She's snoring something fierce, like the whole bed is shaking.
Oh, then I push her off the bed like in The Lion King, and I'm Scar and she's Mufasa. Just kick her right off.
She flops. The bed's not very tall. It's like maybe like 6 inches off the ground. She just rolls over onto the ground, and she's still sleeping.
Fucking ridiculous people these days.
All right. Next
I am
morning.
so annoyed with all of the snoring that I am going to levitate her up and then, push her out the door and then go back to sleep with her snoring in the hole.
She wakes up, you lose concentration. She falls like 100 feet.
No, you float down,
No.
right? I'll lower her back down. But yeah. Too
Okay.
loud. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Next day, I'll say over the course of the whole night, you guys get enough for a long rest. It was really wonky, but you guys get enough for a long rest.
Do we level up from 4 bullets?
No.
Good.
No.
That's like thousands of HP though, right? I mean XP.
Now, looking around, we don't find anything occultish, do we?
In the house? No.
We search the barn when we all get back together.
Okay, yeah. You come back, and Gawain is just hobbling up to the house very slowly. He's been walking for the last half hour.
Quinn, you're my favorite Crip.
It was an adventure. You should have seen it.
I bet
That
it was
old
glorious.
woman. That old woman can take a punishment.
Why are you limping? I mean, walking so funny. I mean,
Nuts.
never mind.
He
No,
always
that did
walks.
not happen.
It's only weird when he walks the right way.
Do you always make fun of a cripple?
Yes. Only if it's you, friend.
I see something over head. I think it says walk of shame. Walk. Okay.
Lola, why would you make fun of our poor cripple friend? Don't you know he can't walk well? Look at him. He's pathetic. Why would you make fun of him?
Oh,
There's only 25 years left on this con. God damn it.
Okay. So the town has woken up already. There's farmers out in the field. There's a little bit of commotion down in the town, but not much, as most of the people are working. Farmer Yalls and his wife are already out in the field plowing. What do you guys want to do?
Like each other or the ground?
Not the ground.
Okay.
after last night, I don't think there's any plowing to be had for the poor farmer.
So
Dead.
what did you guys learn? What was the deal? What did he want us to do?
So there's these dogs.
And I just fill them in on everything.
I think we should check out the farmhouse and see if there's any other people around town who have, like, other weird shit happening.
I press the L2 button and activate my Witcher senses.
I pull out my hex bag of runes and I start casting my Witcher spells.
I detect magic because I forgot last night.
Okay, wait. So, wait, what are you doing?
I'm investigating.
Okay. You're gonna go investigate the barn?
Yeah.
Alright. So you go down to the barn and you detect magic, Xylona. And you guys, you've done this before. You've seen birthplaces or spawning points of monsters before in your travels. They are, the story that the farmer told you is not surprising. It's just the random chaos that's been floating into the world and the darkness that's been seeping in. It's been corrupting all kinds of things. So, a dog giving birth to a pup and a couple of them being aberrations. That's, it doesn't happen often, but you've heard stories similar before. So you're looking around and you're catching, evidences in the farm, in the barn of what happened. So there's claw marks in the walls, in the wood of the walls, the patterns of blood soaking the floor. They're indicative. They line up perfectly with what the farmer said. Max, you continue to track what happened, and you go out to the fields and you see a sheep pen that is built for like a flock of a couple dozen sheep, but there's only 4 sheep in there right now. You see an empty hitching post where cows used to be hitched up to, big enough to fit 2 or 3 cows, but now there's none. So what the farmer was telling you is kind of lined up with what you're observing.
All right. Guys, we have to do something.
What do you want to do?
What do we do, Max?
There's only
Yeah,
one
like no
thing
shit, Max.
to do. We have to do something to the most extreme way. So what I'm thinking is, he says it comes every other night. Now, you see my deductive capabilities that I was born with. It didn't come last night, which means, hear me out on this, they'll probably be coming tonight.
Are we going to be, dressing up as sheep again?
Yes. We'll be dressing up this time.
I don't like that plan. That plan sucked
cow.
last time.
We'll be doing one cow. I'll be honest, that sheep gig, you're right, it didn't end well. Hundreds of people died. But if we all go in one cow costume, or as 3 separate cows, I think it will work this time.
Can I not be the ass of the cow this time?
You don't have a say in this. It's in the contract.
I'll be the
Damn that
Texian.
contract.
All right. So you're gonna dress up like a cow?
Well, that seems like a good plan.
Okay.
Oh god, that's terrible.
All right. So it's morning time right now. I mean, you guys got a lot of time.
Hold on. I got an idea. Hey, boss.
Yeah, it's a...
So, what if we, set up in one of the houses, or if they have, a little tavern or wherever they congregate here, I can set up this zone of truth, and then we can just go up asking questions to people, and maybe we can find some answers. Maybe there's some shady people in the town.
Gwen, did I ever tell you that you're an amazing person? Out of all of my colleagues here in our hunting party, you're definitely significantly better than Zelona right now.
I suggest we just get them
What are
hammered.
you talking
I
about?
mean, we have all of these flasks of beer from all of those geysers. I mean, guys, get them drunk.
I say we do everything. Yes, will we dress as cows? Definitely. But now are we gonna go find out more about this town? For sure. Zelona, It's your job to pass out beer and look sexy. Gwen, you could be my crippled brother that I take care of and make the ladies feel like I'm a great guy. And I'm gonna slay.
So, we're going with Operation
Everything.
Donkey Punch.
Operation Donkey Punch, engage.
Okay.
We're at the pub.
So you go
The
to
best-
town.
Well,
There
they
is-
said it.
Professional swindlers, not actually monster hunters.
There is a small kind of tavern. Okay. You head that direction.
Indeed. Keeping an eye out with our excellent perception for the win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
No, not
okay.
bad.
Oh god.
Sometimes we get lucky.
Oh my god, yeah, we do. Come on, Max, you can do it. That's
What?
good. That was
Alright.
good.
I'm looking forward.
All right. So what are you looking for?
Keeping an eye out for anything suspicious or weird, or people like eyeing us because, somebody got lucky last night. Cough, cough, great.
Yeah, I think we're doing like the zone of truth and just like trying to like talk to people.
All right.
and,
So are you setting
I'm
up in
pulling
the
people.
tavern?
Mhm.
Okay. So you go to the tavern. The tavern is run by a dwarf. A dwarf bartender. His name is Forik. There's like one other person in the bars in the tavern. It's not really the time for drinking. You see him scrubbing tables, and there's some stew that's begun to simmer over the fire. As you walk in, Forik is there. He turns over like,
Hey, you are the monster hunters. Come to town last night, I heard.
You heard right, Mr. Dwarven Tavern Guy. That is not a cliche.
Ah, I know that voice. I heard your moans and wails last night as well. Got to being fucked with by old lady Lula, have ya?
Lula?
She is a saint, and you will not speak of that woman in that way. She promised not to do it again if I spoke highly of her.
He says, well, you don't have to say any more to me, friend. He says, your business is none of mine. How you like to take it is none of my business. I don't care. So,
Sorry. I clicked the button by accident.
what brings you to me town and to me tavern?
Well, what takes us everywhere? We are hunting monsters, and monsters we want to hunt and get rich.
Hey,
And
I wouldn't, not rich.
until last night, I found out I can no longer fuck bitches. But that was my goal back in the day. This is yesterday. Now I can't. I start crying.
Wait, what? Repeat? What?
Gawain was born a eunuch, but now he's slowly growing to where he can kind of fuck bitches, but only a little bit.
That is
With time.
totally not it. But
I thought that's what your pen was for. I mean, it has a curvy end. And it's so big. I mean, you called it a Sharpie, and it's really, really extra big.
I'm on a new quest of not being a cripple anymore because I don't like it.
you're the one who made dexterity or dump stat. It's like,
I'm adding this to the contract.
Write it in there, buddy.
Forik
We'll
says.
fix you.
Forik
Get some good
says.
health insurance.
Forik says.
monster hunters. He says, you're all fucked in the head. Well, did you see the notice board outside me doors?
That would be a good place to check.
Aye,
No.
people come by and post their problems, hoping the monster hunters will come by. It's been 40 days since anyone in town has even claimed to be a monster hunter, And that rat bastard, well, he just ignored all the contracts and went up off on his bloody own, doing his own fucking thing.
Who be that?
Who is this rat bastard?
I don't know, I seen him 3 days ago. He's been hanging around. He goes off for days at a time and comes back every once in a while to get provisions. Says he's a monster hunter, but he doesn't do anything about our monsters, fucker. He's this old
Got a
man.
name?
I don't
Any
know.
chance did he happen to have an encounter with Lula? And that's when he started leaving town for days at a time.
Nah. He kinda turned away from her instantly. Said he got better things to do. He's an-
Lula.
He's an older guy, scraggly white hair, huge scar across his face. Carries a
Sounds like a pretty boy. I hate pretty boys. Except
Hey.
myself.
This one's old. Older and shit. Older than me for sure.
Is his name Geralt? Is he from Rivia?
I don't know his fucking name.
Is he a dwarf Batman by any chance?
Dwarf Batman.
Dwarf Batman.
Well, he had no wings. And he was no dwarf. He was tall and
Yes.
gangly like you fuckers.
Does he attempt to smolder and then fail miserably?
Probably had a tiny cock like you do too.
Hey,
It
I was
sounds like
born
him.
this way.
Don't feel
Now
bad
speak
about it.
about cocks. Let's not bring up that subject.
Yeah.
Hey.
I start crying in Gwen's arms because mine doesn't work.
He says,
Did we just become limp brothers?
Yes, we did.
hey. He leans in, he says, I don't normally tell this as a secret. It's a dwarven secret. But everyone knows, Lula for sure, knows that the dwarven men are endowed way better than humans or half-elves for sure. Well,
Well, it's a good thing I'm not a human.
we dwarves have a secret. The secret to our virility and our size. Do you want to know what it is?
That's why we're quiet.
Wait, I'm listening. Tell
looks
us,
back and
you
forth.
asshole.
He looks back and forth.
I judge him for it not going on with my eyes.
Hold on. Right before he says it, I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
I detect thoughts.
He says, it's dwarven ale. We start weaning on it as a baby. And mothers feed it one bottle of dwarven ale for every teat we get. And I'll tell you, it makes the member grow big and thick like a tree trunk. Strong and stiff like an iron rod.
What's he thinking?
Can I have all of your dwarven stuff?
He says, so Xylona, you sense from him a deep earnestness.
Oh my god!
He says, nay, it would kill you. Your
It's worth
puny
the
human
risk.
stomachs cannot handle it. It has to be administered in small doses at first. You have to work your way up to it. It is not like the shit pale ale you all drink. This is not some fucking
I'll have you know.
IPA. This is the real shit, you motherfuckers.
I drink the hardest of the hard. The most
Yeah.
baddest of the baddest.
Double IPA.
What do you drink?
White
Hefeweizen.
Claws.
Hefeweizen. What? Golden lager.
I drink hard seltzer water. The hardest of the seltzer water.
What? White Claw? Bud Light? What's the Bud Light stuff it's called?
Yeah.
Bud Light seltzer or
Seltzer.
Bud
It's the worst stuff in the world. Oh my god.
I haven't
And I-
tried it yet.
And I can handle it. And that's the difference between you and me. It's like drinking water, but with a little bit of flavor and a
Hey,
little bit of ass added to it.
you take your Corona piss water. That's
I
nothing.
can drink 1.5 Coronas before I start getting dizzy.
It's
Thank you.
insane. You should see this guy. One time he almost drank 2, and I was like, what?
I think we need to get a lot, but get sniffer glasses to go with, for weaning them up on it.
He says, my friends, I have bad news for you. This is why your cocks are so small and they didn't work.
Shh. But I'm hydrated.
He looks around. He says,
I might have work for you.
Okay.
You do me a favor. I start giving you some of the dwarven ale. Work you up to it. It'll take some time. But, I don't want to kill you. If I give you too much, it'll kill you.
Well, all 3 of us could do with a bigger dick. So
All 3 of us, yes.
let's do it.
I will offer anything and do anything for this.
You turn around and Salona is already missing.
Alona, where are
What-
you at?
where are you, Zelona?
As soon as he mentioned growing dicks, I was like, let me use this, detect thoughts on it's still working because he's heard this here, and I rush out to pick up
No.
other thoughts.
You totally missed that. I said we all 3 of us could do with a bigger dick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I
for
was already gone
Hold
at that
on.
point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So,
Good.
um,
Morgan, tell
Max,
us.
you would have understood that you and I would like to have
Mhm.
our own bigger dicks, and
Sounds
we
great.
would like to give Zelona somebody that would give her a bigger dick.
She deserves it. She's such a nice lady. To the max.
Forik says,
That one. She's an elf. I don't give it to elves. I have standards,
Ooh, brr.
All right. Well, I normally don't talk to racists, but I really would like my dick to work. So tell us what you need us to do.
he says,
Well, I happen to be friends with Farmer Yals. He says, help him out. Take care of those dogs hunting him, and that'll get you on your way. He says, a couple of the other postings on the board there. He says, they're my friends as well. Good patrons of mine. He says, they do well. I do well. He says, you get their jobs done. Each time you do. He says, I'll give you a little dose. He says, and then, once all the jobs are done, you come to me. And by then you'll probably have worked up a tolerance. I got one other task for you. You do that, and I'll give you a full pint. A full pint of the stuff.
Well, we don't have to deal with dogs until tonight. Let's go check out the board.
You heard it, my Kim friend.
he says,
Hey, I'll be here. Looking forward to what you can do.
all right. So Zelona, you're outside already. You're there's maybe one other person in town. Everyone else is out in the fields. Is out in the fields working. You see a little kid, 6 years old, and a little girl, just walking around on the street. She looks like she's playing pretend with some little rocks that she has. Then Max and Gawain come outside from the tavern. You guys notice that there's, like I said, a few buildings, a small gathering hall, a few places that are basically enclosed on 3 sides that look like they can be stalls for food or wares or something like that sometimes. There's a small place that maybe is has some blacksmith tools and a small forge, stuff like that. But and next to the door of the tavern, there's a kind of like a bulletin board. You see some scraps of paper on it. So Zelona, you're going over to the girl.
I'm boldly going over to the girl, and then I kneel down, sort of, or like go on my haunches, and I go, "Hey, little girl, have you seen any monsters? Any? Have you heard of them? You know, like any evil hounds? You know, that like to chomp on things?" And I'm like totally detecting thoughts.
She's a little scared at first, right? And she's you hear and you're detecting in her mind she doesn't trust you, and she says,
Mommy said I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
I can totally help your mom if she needs any healing. Or do you need anything mended? I can fix things.
Well, my mommy is hurt. She woke up this morning and her arm wasn't feeling very good.
I can make that better. I can make that better.
she says,
I don't know.
What was she playing with? Like, was she playing with like a ball or something?
No, she just woke up and her arm was hurting. But she says, I don't know.
Oh no, I meant the kid. Was the kid playing with the ball?
no, little rocks, pebbles.
Oh, okay, no worries.
She says,
I'm just out here looking for my dolly. I haven't seen her in a while.
Dolly?
Do we come up by this point?
Yeah.
I am going to cast Locate Object. Well, hold on. I'm going to get some info first. Can you describe your dolly for me so I can help you find it?
she says,
Oh, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. She's got light straw-colored hair. My daddy helped me make it when I was 3. And a lovely pink dress, just like mine.
she points at her dress.
She says, it was supposed to remind me of my mommy. But I lost it. I can't find it.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. I reach deep down into my knowledge and as a follower of the true heroes of the world, and call upon Deimos in specifically. He was one of the wisest of the wise, and I am going to try to envision this doll that she described. And is it within 1,000 feet of me?
1,000 feet of you. That'd be a little. That'd be. No, it's not.
Well, guys, I just used up 2 of my 2nd level spell slots for nothing.
Oh, crap.
Oh no, it's up to 10 minutes. All right, guys, I'm gonna hobble around. Oh shit, I move
I
real
carry
slow.
you, and I start riding around with you on my shoulders.
Hun, where's the nearest horsey or like, cattle that can run really fast?
They're all out in the fields plowing.
All right,
Okay,
yeah.
hold on. Where's the nearest field?
Where was the last place you saw your doll?
In my dream last night.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Oh,
my
dream on
doll.
my feet.
What are you seeing?
Yeah, in the detect thoughts, like, am I seeing any kind of dream that she's visualizing or?
Here, link to that again, just to see how
Okay.
specific it gets.
Because I'm totally going deeper at this point because I'm like, what?
Alright, let me see. You can read the thoughts of a certain creature when you cast a spell, and as your action on each turn until the spell ends, you can focus your mind on any one creature. If the creature you choose has intelligence 3 or lower, doesn't speak, it's unaffected. You learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what's on its mind at the moment. As an action, you can shift your attention and see deeper. Creature must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates. Okay.
That would be a doll.
Right. So her emotional state, she's the trepidation of you guys being strangers is gone. She's just happily kind of talking to you now. She's remembering though, and as she remembers, you're feeling her emotional state is one of calm and um, just calm happiness, right?
She's, oh yes, I saw my dolly last night. In my dream, she came to me and she was telling me about all kinds of wonderful things. About where the spring comes from, where birds fly when it gets cold. She told me about how the frogs like to talk all night long and about the songs that they sing to each other in their little frog language.
Did she tell you to do anything?
No, she just
Oh,
told me to always, she says, she just told me to.
She's pausing and she's thinking for a little bit, trying to remember.
She told me to. She said, she told me to always smile, even when things are not so fun.
Okay, that's just creepy. Girl, you can cry, you can smile, you can frown whenever you like, and that's A-okay with me.
She kind of shrugs.
She says, it's just my dolly, but I haven't found her since. And she says, it's been several days now at least since I last saw her, except for in my dreams, of course.
Yeah, your dolly's great. Yes. Let me go get a
Other than your dreams, where was the last place you saw her?
Outside my house.
Where's your house?
She just points off across the. She says,
It's that field across the way. My daddy's out there right now, probably working the field.
Let's go that way, Max.
okay. You head off in that direction. It takes you, 4 or 5 minutes to get there, especially if Max is helping you walk, Gwen. Oh, Zelona, there's no donkeys or horses around. They're all in the fields.
Yeah, I'm going to a field, so I disappear again.
Okay. Well, you're really slow going, so let me make it 6 or 7 minutes to get to the house. As you get there, you see a woman, a woman maybe in her upper 20s, wearing farmer's wife clothing. She's hanging up laundry on a clothesline outside. And the little girl rushes up. She goes, "Mommy, mommy, mommy!" And she goes skipping up to the door. The woman holds her, and she looks up at you guys warily.
She says, Sanda, who are these strangers you brought to our house? She says, Mommy, they're really nice to me. They asked me about my dolly. They said they can help find her. She says, Sanda, you know what I said about strangers. Go get your father. She says, I'll be talking to them. She says, yes, Mommy.
And she goes skipping off to the field. The lady walks up to you and says,
Hello. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Hi. Well, my name is Gwen. This is Zelona, and the Max Dastardly. He might give you an autograph later. We were just speaking with Sanda, and she said she lost her doll, and we're monster hunters, and since we're good at hunting down things, we thought we might help her find her dolly.
She says, I see. Well,
oh, here's a picture. She says,
well, that's awfully kind of you. We do not have much in the way of payment. We're not very rich folk. And
you see, she's kind of as she's picking up. She picks up a little basket of apples. She kind of favors one side over the other of her body, using one arm to just kind of hoist it up. Her left arm to hoist it up. Her right arm she's not really lifting much or doing much with. She says, "I'll ask you to just hang a bit. My husband is on his way."
Okay. And as for the payment, we don't ask for much. Maybe just an apple for the road.
She says, "Well, yes, I'd be happily willing to part with an apple for you, of course, all of you. That's no payment at all."
While we're talking, my locate object's still up. So do I feel anything?
Yeah. Yeah, very, very faint. Far away. At the very, very edge of your range.
But I can tell which direction, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's off past the house.
All right.
Okay.
Well, do you know how long your husband will be?
He's just off in the field. He'll be coming now. I sent Santa to get him.
Okay.
A few minutes go by, and up comes a man from the field. You know, just kind of simple-looking peasant guy. Just,
"Lena, what's going on here?"
just, "Oh, Harlow." Just, "These monster hunters have come by. They said Santa found them." Just,
"Monster hunters?" "Huh. Did you see me notice on the posting board?"
Actually, we were going to go to the posting board, but somehow we missed it, and we met your daughter, and she lost her doll, so we're hunting it.
"Oh," he says. The wife says, "Harlow, you posted something on the board? Whatever for?" He says,
"Darling, you know. Yes. Let's not make light of the situation. Yes. You know what's been going on. We're in over our heads. So, I thought, why not ask for some help?"
"Whatever you say, dear. I'll be inside folding this laundry and putting away the apples. Yes. Call me if you need me." She heads off inside.
Mr. Harlow, since we're here, why don't you tell us yourself what notice you posted?
"We've been hearing sounds at night. Not just the normal rustling of the wind, but strange things have been happening. I hear Sanda speaking at nighttime in her room, as if conversing with someone. But when I go and I look, there's no one there. And she's asleep, but restless. I wouldn't have not thought of anything of this, but things have been happening. Things gone disappearing. And just 2 nights ago, my wife, she wakes up one morning, and her arm, she has this mark on her arm, and it's gone numb. Right now she can barely move it. I don't know what to think. I was hoping to get someone who can help."
Do you know if these strange occurrences happened when the doll went missing?
"The doll?"
He says,
Your daughter says she lost a doll, and that she sees her in her dreams, but that the doll's been missing for a few days.
"The doll. I gave her that doll when she was but a wee babe. And I know it's gone missing, but I figure she just misplaced it somewhere. She's not spoken of the doll to me, or of seeing it in her dreams. But then again, I have not asked."
See if you can figure out a little more information from your daughter for us. Who
Aye.
she speaks to at night, all that stuff. And we'll come back later on in the day.
Aye. He says, do you think anything of my wife's arm? Are any of you healers? Could you perhaps look at it and see if you can mend her?
Yeah, sure.
You guys, I got a horse.
Zelona comes up. You got a horse?
Ta-da!
Where'd you get the horse?
I totally stole it, or said I'll bring it back. Monster hunting. We need this horse. I flash a badge. That's not a badge. And then I run away.
Okay. Santa comes out with her mom.
Hi. Your Santa mentioned you needed help, and I come down from the horse already unrolling bandages and approaching Santa's mom.
Her name's Lena. She says, "Hello. You told them about me arm?" Yes, of course I did, dear. It's important. Very well. She rolls up her sleeve on her right arm, and as she does, you can see that the skin of her arm there is darkened. There's a pattern to it. There's this large mark that wraps all the way around her bicep on the other side. It almost looks like a handprint, like something grabbed her arm with these long, like scraggly, distended-looking fingers. And the skin there is a little colder, and her arm has, like I said, has minimal movement. It's kind of numb. She says, "It doesn't hurt. Just, I won't say it's not strange looking, but it's awfully numb and kind of cold as well."
I detect magic on it. Is it magical?
Yes.
What type of magic? Like school? Necrotic?
Yes.
Well, so, my bandages aren't gonna do much of anything for you at this point in time. So, for the first time ever, you see me rolling them back up because I'm not wasting bandages. But we're going to come back and carry you right up, though I will try, bless you. And I healing word her. Does it help? I'm assuming not.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you're trying to do what? You're
Healing word.
Oh. I mean, it helps her feel a little bit better. Some cuts on her, some small cuts on her fingers and stuff like heal up. But like as far as the wound itself, no.
Okay, and I turn over to Max and Green. I'm like, Max Dastardly, did you find the doll? Green, what good are you for?
Whoa there, woman.
I come up to you and I whisper, magic, necrotic magic. I can't do squat. We better, find the cause of this, or she might be dead soon.
We'll be right back. We tell the dudes, like the family,
Mhm.
and I start leading us in the direction where the location of the doll was.
I motion grandly towards the horse so Gwen can get on.
Ah. You move quickly. Okay. Heading off into the field. Across the field, there's a pond, and across the other side of the pond, you're off past the border of their land. You're into the woods now. A full 1,000 feet away, right? So that's over 300 yards. It's a couple hundred yards into the wood, and you find underneath the tree canopy, underneath a bush, like underneath the eaves of a bush, basically. There on the ground, a ragged kind of doll that matches the description that Santa gave you. Blonde hair, pinkish dress, a little girl's doll lying on the ground there.
I'm a divine sense.
All right, what does the divine sense do again?
I'll link it.
presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor. Okay. This place is noxious and toxic. Suddenly, this terrible stench fills your nostrils. It's so overwhelming that it kind of swoons your head a little bit. You stumble slightly.
Did one of you guys fart?
I don't think so.
It smells fine. I think it's you, Matt.
The ground underneath where the doll is the source of this odor. Yeah.
All right, guys. This is some powerful, strong, evil shit that I'm registering.
Oh fuck.
Do you want me to just mage hand the doll up?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mage hand it up.
Okay. You pick the doll up. It just lifts up into the air. Underneath, the ground that was on. Everyone roll a perception check.
Okay.
This is bad.
Ooh, I'm looking at it.
Oh! Come on, Gwen. Don't fail us now. Oh!
I mean, Gawain's looking at it. He see that the dirt underneath. It's a mound of dirt that looks like it's just a little bit out of place compared to the terrain around it. Like it's almost like the shrubbery. It's like the foliage, the plant life on it is just younger, or it's like it's been disturbed in time past. But I mean, you're looking at the weeds and stuff around, and it's all normal forest growth. But here, it's just everything looks just a little bit younger.
I take out one of my A-shocks, which is my javelins,
Mm-hmm.
and I poke at it.
You poke at the dirt.
Yes.
Well,
All
he's
right.
not throwing the javelin with his 5 decks.
Yeah, you poke the dirt. Like, how hard are you poking it?
Like, enough to disturb it to see if, like, there's something under it, or
I mean, you just poke the dirt, and the dirt
Yeah.
just moves a little bit. That's it.
I do a whole 1d6 minus 3 damage when I throw this thing. I poke it harder, like, try to stab it in.
Okay. You're shoving through the dirt, and as you do, it gets several feet down. Like, this is a hard kind of thing, and then it kind of like stops against something.
What'd you
Get
find
out
there, buddy?
your shovels,
All
because
right.
we're gonna dig some holes.
Salona, you know, in the contract you are our digger.
I got this, and I mage hand one clump at a time.
5 pounds of dirt at a time.
Yep. I give you 2 thumbs up because I have 2 hands free. I've just hand does that.
That's actually pretty fast digging.
Okay.
Well, it does 10 pounds of dirt, so yay!
All right. So I mean, you guys are digging, and after a few minutes go by, you get like a good 3 feet down into the ground. Right? And you come across some bones. So this body is it's been down there for a while. It looks weird. Let's see. Are any of you? What are you trained in? What are you guys' skills?
Arcana, history, persuasion, deception, and
Survival.
survival.
Yeah, roll survival on this.
Ooh.
Huzzah!
All right, Zelona. You notice it. I mean, the body has been down here long enough so that the clothes have rotted away. So there's no clothing on it, but the flesh and the muscle mostly have not rotted at the same pace. It's like the bones are very like it's very desiccated and shriveled up and dry. But the rate of rotting and deteriorating it looks like it's slowed. but this is definitely the corpse of a person that was buried here.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
Are there any discerning features on it or anything like that, like an ID card?
No ID card. Based on size of the hips and and basic anatomy, it was a female corpse.
Any distinguishing facial features?
No, that's all rotted away. Full grown woman, female corpse. That's about all you can tell.
It's
I
his
keep
first
digging.
wife, and she's the second wife, and the first wife is gonna try to kill the second wife to come back because the Tao was to remember the mom. I get it all now.
Right?
To the max.
Digging.
You keep
Pulls
digging?
Blaine, how far do we have to dig? Is this corpse it, or is it under this corpse?
It's there's nothing under the corpse.
I keep
You sure
digging
about
just in
that?
case.
This is Deimos rules. Keep digging.
An hour later, a massive pit.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reach down to the corpse, and I'm gonna say, guys, I need 1 hour. Make sure you watch over me, okay?
Of course.
Yeah, we're just going to dig. We're building a pit, I guess.
So I'm gonna start setting up, like whatever, I'm gonna like write Elwyn's fire god symbol. I'm gonna like draw some like a bench press on the ground to symbolize Deimos. Like a roaring dragonborn or whatever for Balinar, and so on and so forth. The bow for Ashok.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cast the ceremony spell, and I'm going to do the funeral rite version. Oh, I can't share this. Yeah, I can. There we go.
You perform a special religious ceremony that is infused with magic. When you cast a spell, choose one of the following rites. You can touch one corpse, and for the next 7 days, the target can't become undead by any means short of a wish spell. Okay.
So if it was like an undead haunting them or whatever, they'll be
But
good
what
for
if
the
it's
next 7
already
days.
an undead? Like,
I don't
maybe
know.
we should behead it.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay. So you.
Wait, isn't there a spell that you can consecrate something?
Hilo? Hello?
I didn't take it.
Let me see here. Would you?
All right. This is not related, but it's very funny.
So, as you touch the corpse, it begins to glow. Banned German Ninja Turtles commercial?
Yeah, it's nothing to do with this. It just
Oh.
randomly popped up. It's for later if you want to see it.
Oh my goodness. All right. So Elwyn, a peaceful kind of glow settles over it for a brief moment, and then it kind of dies away. The
Oh my god, I just saw it.
the corpse has been, for lack of a better word, consecrated. It's been sealed for 7 days.
Okay.
All right. What do you guys want to do?
Ask questions.
Well, I don't have Zone of Truth anymore, so we're gonna have to use our non-magical deductive powers.
We're so good at that. All right. Let's ask these people who this dead body is, but in the most dastardly way.
Okay. So you're going back to the farmhouse?
If only we had someone who could speak to dead.
Oh,
I wish into the
Wow.
ether because I definitely don't.
does it count when Adis's mom talks to the food she already ate?
Oh my god!
I'm just asking questions here.
Okay, you head back to the farmhouse, and they're going about their day. Lena is continuing to still do domestic things. Harlow is he's cleaning off one of their animals. Sanda is there helping him. What do you guys do?
Hey, hey there, sir.
Harlow looks at him. Oh, you've returned. He does
Hey, Harlow.
his hands. He says, yes?
Hey, so we wanted to have a talk with you really quick, if you don't mind. Just by yourself.
Aye. Sanda, take care of Winnie here. You know where to bring her to the water.
Yes, Daddy. And he kind of comes off walking with you.
What have you found?
We have some really sordid questions to ask you.
Aye.
We found a body buried right under where we found this. And I'm gonna shove the doll in his face. See how he reacts.
He says,
A body?
yes.
Out in... Where?
I pulled the skull out that I took.
You took the skull.
No, I didn't take the skull.
No, you took the skull.
He says, that's Sanda's doll. He says, what are you asking me?
Who's buried out back there?
Buried?
It
Did
looked
you
like
murder this chick?
it looked like a woman that's decaying weird.
We noticed the hips don't lie.
Tell us what we want to know. Because I know a guy who knows a guy who is okay friends with some guy who's incredibly tough.
That guy is me.
Yeah.
He says,
It's
You
on
found-
account of, yeah.
You found
tell
her
me,
body, did you? Cripes. That... That were Sanda's mother.
Wait, what if that's Santa's mother? Who's that inside?
Yeah.
He says, Lena is my second wife.
Wait, what?
Sanda's mother. Sanda's mother was the love of my life. Her name was Charis. She and I grew up together. Childhood sweethearts, if you say. And we wed young. And I loved her with all my heart. It took us several years of trying, but we finally were able to get pregnant with Sanda. But shortly after Sanda was born, when Sanda was just a wee babe, nigh on a month old, Charis died. She'd gotten sicker and sicker. And I couldn't bear it. I didn't want to...
you see him, like, tears streaming to his face now. He says,
I didn't know what to do. I buried her out in the field past. And I did my best. Tried to raise Sanda, but what do I know of babes? And Lena, she was always been a friend to us. And it was the right timing, I suppose.
So, how did she die?
I don't know. She got sicker and sicker. I asked for medicines. I asked for medicines from old lady Lula. And she has medicines, you know, so she came and bring herbs. She gave us herbs every day.
I see, so she was poisoned and then you murdered her and then you buried her. Okay.
I gave her
And
the
now she's
medicines
back.
every day, just like I was told. But she died anyway.
She ate a lot of apples
Apples.
from Lena.
Apples. No.
Lena. Good.
So, wait, who was the one that brought you the herbs?
Lula.
The one you banged.
I bought them.
Bang
You
you.
guys are on your own on that one.
No.
I think we
I'm
need
gonna
to
go
just
fight some monsters.
go to the next town.
PTSD is back.
I bought them from Lula, but well, Lula would not deliver them on her own. She's she's a lady of prestige, and she has her family name. She would not come out here.
Who
No.
would deliver him?
Well, sometimes she would send messengers and friends and neighbors. Most times Lena, however.
Where's Lena at? We have to ask her why she murdered your wife. Bam, 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 bam.
He says, "What?
Oh,
You-
Aaron said it again. We have to ask Lena why she murdered your wife.
You're saying
Bam, bam,
you're saying
bam, bam.
you're saying Lena murdered my wife?"
I mean, the herbs are herbs, right? But they might not have been the herbs that Lula sent. You know,
Where's Lena
I mean-
right now?
it's usually somebody you know when this thing
Where's that
happens.
bitch?
Is she
Where's
at
that
the
bitch at?
watering hole?
She's
Murdering your daughter. Dun, 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 dun.
Holy shit, when you say that, I'm gonna start limping over there.
Go get on the horse again.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have a horse now.
I face palm.
I mean, you get on the horse, you trot over 5 steps, and you get to the house, and you get off the horse, and inside you see Lena and Sanda peeling apples together.
And Sanda.
Yes.
Sanda.
Yes.
Get away.
Wait, Xanda,
We found
look
you
here.
all.
Dolly! She jumps up and she rushes over. This is my Dolly! She grabs it and she hugs it and she twirls around, so happy. She's
Yeah.
jumping all around, skipping around the
Don't
room.
show it to your
Hey,
dad. Outside.
Sana or Sansa. No, that's from another show.
On the plane. On the plane.
Why don't you go play with your doll, like, not here? Go back to where we found you playing with those rocks and show your doll the rocks.
Dolls love
That's
rocks.
a great idea, she says. Dolly, come look what I found over here. And she goes skipping out into the field.
Harlow, go follow your daughter and keep an eye on her.
She says, "You'll not do anything rash, will you?"
What?
We are definitely going to do something rash. I'll be
In
honest
your
with you right now.
dreams. Go, shoot. I closed
Just
the door in his
go.
face.
I suggest you get a motel for the evening.
All right, the door's closed. It's the 3 of you and Lena inside the house.
So why did you bring the wrong herbs to his first wife? Why did you kill her?
Yeah, why are you killing her?
And I detect magic. Boom boom.
Magic. There's no magics in the area except for
Detect thoughts, bro.
the glow on her arm.
Detect thoughts. Sorry. Detect thoughts. Oh my god.
You're detecting shame and frustration off of her. She says, huh, you know of Charis? What's going on? How did you find out?
The gig's up. We saw the corpse. We know everything.
Yeah,
We are
we know
monsters.
it all. Yeah.
He's Max Dastardly
She's
Dennis.
gonna murder you in her dead stuff to make you even more deader than you made her.
That's necrotic magic right there.
Yeah,
I
right
point to
there.
her arm.
That's some no-no juice.
She says, "Wait, you're saying
you
that
kill her?
Charis has done this to me?"
Because you murdered
Yes.
her.
And it's gonna go straight to your cooch.
Straight to the cooch.
She says, I
Don't talk. Unless you're gonna use real words.
She completely deflates, and she stares down
at the table. She says, I didn't want her to die. I don't know.
You don't know? Or you just stupid like Ada's mom? Tell us what you know.
I've loved Harlow ever since we were young. We used to play together. Harlow, Charis, and I. Best friends, thick as thieves we were. And as we grew, Harlow and Charis, well, they were a thing. And I was left with nothing. She says, I didn't want her to die. I swear it. I just was hoping she would not be the same, and perhaps did the room for me and the family and their life.
Well then, lady, you know what's happening next.
Just, I love Harlow. I love Harlow with all my heart, and I've raised Sanda as my own. I'm a good mother.
What about the murder?
She
Cool
begins,
story, sis. Still
She-
murder.
she begins to
Still
cry.
murder.
She buries her face in her hands,
I
sobbing.
collect those tears because I'm gonna season my pork chops with them later. Because sadness doesn't bother Max Dastardly.
See, we're monster hunters. We're not cops. We're not gonna good cop, bad cop you here. We're just gonna be like, yeah, you murdered someone near and dear, and now it's time to pay the price.
Monsters.
You're joining
Monsters
us into
kill
the woods.
people.
What are you going to do
No.
with me?
No.
Actually, I don't know. What are we gonna do?
Actually,
Yeah, what are we doing?
can you message that guy to come back?
Yo, Harlow.
Alright. I message Harlow.
Okay. Harlow comes in. Says, What's...
Harlow,
Hi.
Lena has something to tell you.
So she conveys the story to him. And as she does, you can see his face begin to change, and his countenance grows stricken. And as it's all said and done, he says, What have you done? Lena, what in God's name have you done?
It's actually in Elwyn's name.
What in Euphemia's name?
We don't use that word here.
She's a Euphemia through and through.
You sicken me, you pathetic cow.
I cross myself.
You've destroyed our family. You've broken my heart. And now... Ugh! He stands up, he knocks the table over, and he storms out of the room.
I stay here with her. I go outside. I limp outside. Harlow, wait.
Get on the horse! I yell from inside.
He pauses as he waits for you to catch up. He's
I'll
just
make
there
it there
seething.
eventually.
He's just there seething.
Harlow, now you have posted on the board, and we have hunted your monster. Now their fate is in your hands. I don't suggest a hasty decision, but in times like these, the best way to come up with a solution on what will happen is to have people that are impartial to the situation be the jury I suggest you get your community involved.
Wait, you're saying Lena's the monster?
Did you not hear her story?
No, I believe that. I do.
And there will be no rest. It's the spirit of your ex-wife that was murdered that is coming back to haunt Lena. For the visions that your daughter has had, they've been good. She's been talking to this friend, to her doll in her dreams, and those have been pleasant encounters. The unpleasant ones was against the person that murdered her. So in order to put this to rest...
So, if I bring Lena to justice, the hauntings will go away?
That's the way it usually works.
Aye.
He sighs.
He says,
You have 7 days to
Aye.
think about it. I have put a pause to the hauntings for 7 days and 7 days only. And this shit must be resolved by then.
aye. I'll see to the mayor. I'll see to the mayor. He'll know what to do.
We will detain Lena. Where should we take her?
Just not here. Take her away. Take her to
Well,
town.
where? Okay. Well, you go ahead of us. That way, when we show up with one of your townspeople in shackles and shit, they won't
Alright.
rise up against us.
Aye.
You can take my horse.
He grabs the horse. He looks at it. He says,
You hear Silona? Yeah.
He says, this horse. He says, this is 3 twigs. This belongs to Farmer Justice. Down the lane. Have you come about it?
I don't want to say who, but I got it as a present. I don't want to tell you who because Ilona will get mad.
Aye.
he gets on the horse and he goes off into town.
I hobble my way back inside.
So, you're done yet? I mean, so what
Yeah.
are we doing? So, wait, where's the
So-
horse?
We need
Where's
to
the-
restrain her. Hold on, I'm getting there. We need to restrain her and take her into town.
Okay,
And
Lena.
I let him
Lena-
take the horse.
No! We'll spend the whole evening walking into town.
We just solved one of their monster mysteries. They'll probably give us more horses.
We need horses.
Lena is she's weeping and sobbing almost uncontrollably now. As
Hey, if you're going to jail, that's better than dying to a haunting.
Don't know if I feel bad about someone who's sad because they murdered people. It sounds like a
And
bad
got
time.
caught. She
And
was
got caught.
happy before, but now she's sad. Ooh boo hoo hoo.
Boo-hoo.
and she get as she's walking away with you, slowly to town.
Sorry, guys.
Could you just roll your way, or maybe like claw your way to town? That might be fast.
He takes the dash action every time, but still slow.
They call me the Dasher.
Sanda comes running back to the house. She says she's holding her doll. She says, "Mommy, mommy, mommy!" And just, "Where are you going, mommy? Why are you crying?"
That's not your mom. She murdered your mom to the max.
I start singing really loudly to, like, drown him out while he's saying that is not your. And then I start singing because this is not my first rodeo, damn it.
She's, "I don't understand."
I sing louder. And then I point her back to, like, where all the people are in the field, and I'm like, Go play. Your mom's on a trip. Your dad's at the destination. Please go. Please go.
She's hesitant. She's holding her doll. She says, "Where are you taking my
I elbow.
mommy?"
She's your stepmom.
Mom?
Yeah, stepmom.
She's my mommy. What do you mean? What's a stepmommy?
Well, when your so-called mommy murdered your real mom, and then took your dad,
What?
she became your stepmom. Yeah.
What?
Oh
What?
yeah, she straight murdered your real mom.
So she can bang your dad.
You could bang your dad.
Santa starts
and then raise
yelling,
you
"Leave!
as your
Get,
own.
let my mommy go! Let my mommy
No,
go!"
I
She starts
can't.
screaming.
Your mom's already been gone. Her soul's free. Mainly it was let go because this lady here murdered her.
The person that you've been speaking to in your dreams was your real mom.
Santa is a screaming, crying mess right now, and she just kind of like
Children,
she
she'll be
flops down on
fine.
the side of the road and she's just crying.
That's gonna be one
I have
great stripper
healing
one
magic.
day. Let's go.
Oh, not mental magic.
You guys, is it terrible, people?
I
We're honest.
unwind my bandages and I wrap them around her mouth to, like, kind of keep quiet and bind her up.
around Santa's mouth or Lena's
I
mouth.
was just like, I'm like, come on, be quiet, but come on. It'll be fine. You'll be with your dad soon. Come on.
Stay away from glitter, kid.
Unless that's your choice. We're not here to mansplain to you.
To the max.
To the max.
She's just. All right, so Santa's crying, Lena's crying, and as you guys are hobbling to town slowly, you're drawing quite the commotion as people are just staring
Nothing
and
to
pointing.
see here. Just another
And
dastardly murderer.
Handing out business cards of our monster hunting ways.
It's just like they're constantly on the move.
you guys finally get to
15
town.
feet at a time.
You finally get to town,
Slow move, yes.
and you get there, and there's several men gathered as Harlow is standing around with the mayor of the town and a couple of the other farmers and stuff. Harlow's explaining it all, and the mayor says, "What's the meaning of this?" As you guys approach, he says, "You've all been in our town for just one night now, and you've already gone and..."
I put my finger over it.
You're welcome.
That was what I was gonna say.
I know, right?
20,
One day, 24 hours, I mean, not even? Can you believe it? We're that good. All thanks to Max Dastardly and Grace.
associates.
It's just the mayor says, Lena, is what they are saying true? Have you done this horrible thing?" She looks at the pinches. "Uncle,
It's justice or the hand, and I point towards her hand.
But don't worry. We have a way you can redeem yourself.
How?
What's your ideas of dressing up like a cow? Tonight, for hypothetical purposes.
Everyone's looking at you very oddly.
We're the professionals here.
Self-sacrifice. Yeah.
The mayor
Actually,
says,
that's my word.
Lena here is my niece. All I have left of my departed brother. If there's justice to be served, I'll make sure it's served. However,
Did she murder the rest of your family too? Are you a
we'll
mass
get
murderer,
to
Lena?
the bottom
Or
of
just
this.
a regular murderer?
But you'll do nothing of the kind of your black sorcery, dressing her up as a cow, as you say. I've heard the stories. I've heard the sound last night. There were howling and wailing coming from Lula's apartment. We all heard the sobbing tears the cries. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This always happens to me, but I hope it never does. I'm sorry.
So
I'll
there's
be
a
handling
strong no on the cow thing. Or are we still thinking about it?
Did you volunteer in her place? Like,
Sandra, what's your opinion of dressing up like a fat pig?
Piglet.
A piglet. A juicy piglet.
Sanda's like, she's still crying, and as they're tying Lena up and leading her away.
You know, when you have your dream tonight and you see a mommy, wish her well,
7
and
days.
like or next week, your mommy might take a bit longer to like say hi to you again. But if you do see her, say hi and say that you miss her and that you're not gonna meet her. But hey,
Tell her that the person who took him down got dastardly put down to the max.
Okay. So Lena gets led away. Sanda is with her dad, and they head back towards their house. They're both pretty depressed and sad.
You're
The-
welcome.
The townsfolk,
welcome to the new age.
the townsfolk
Great!
just stare at you, and they walk away. The farmer,
Rock on.
one of the farmers says,
There's my horse. Been looking for it.
grabs it, and begins to head back to his field as well.
So who else wants our help?
Damn, we're good. Now we just gotta take care of these large dogs. These people owe us.
Right?
All right. So it's in the evening time already. What do you guys do?
I go and find another horse and dress it up as a cow.
You're gonna find a horse and
Nice.
dress it as a cow.
And then I get a cow, but then I chop it up and then smear cow guts all over the horse to make it sound really more appealing.
Where are you getting a cow from?
Dude, I buy a cow.
You buy a cow?
Dude, I have these apples I got from Lena, and I'm selling these apples I got from the murderer.
Do you spend all your
I'm
savings?
just joking. We have no gold. All right.
Excuse you, I have a spyglass that is worth like 1,000.
Yeah,
Wait.
I have 400 spyglasses because
No, we gotta deploy Operation Spoiled Milk again.
Yeah, what's up?
Ooh, spoiled milk. Really?
That one.
Really? Is it time for that?
We're already going into spoiled milk category.
Isn't that really? Wait, I'm game for it. Okay. What's spoiled milk?
Yeah, what's the Operation Spoiled Milk?
Do you not know our
Do you
operation
do
yet?
not remember?
We will
We
let
did this
Gwen
like
explain it to you.
so. We take this cow costume, but it's only a 2-person costume. One person's the ass, one person's the front of the cow, and then we have the third person hide about 30 feet away, keeping track, and the people in the cow costume, the one in the front goes moo, and then the one in the back just farts a lot. And the one that farts a lot is a lot less susceptible to the smell, so then in the front suffers.
That's not
And
true.
then
I see you need spoiled
but then-
milk. Okay, I'll get you some spoiled milk for this plan to work. Okay, go. I'll be in the.
No, it's Alonia.
who's Salonia? Oh, okay, never mind.
oh. Here's the front half of your cow costume. Queen, you get in the back. It's in the contract.
I'll stay back out of the fart radius. But remember, I'm there with you to the max.
So
Okay.
metaphorically, spiritually, but not physically.
I really honestly don't want to smell it. It was really bad last time.
Dude! I am much, much, much more sensitive in my smells. Why would you do that?
All right, so wait, but we got to do this at night. It's still daytime, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we can get another
It's
bounty
evening.
out the way.
Yeah, let's see what else dumb shit they got on this board.
Let's go check out the board now.
He
Finally,
already
we
solved
the
shit
board.
without even looking at the board.
Oh my god!
Just
All
by
right.
talking to a weird girl.
You
To
finally
the
go.
max.
You finally go look at the board, right? And there's 3 postings. One is from Harlow, talking about things disappearing from their farm and the sounds that they've heard at night. One is from Farmer Yalls, talking about the 2 devil dogs that have been plaguing his fields. And one is from Bridge Keep Sal, who says that there is a corpse of there's a body hanging in the trees above his bridge that just appeared there, and he needs someone to come take it down.
That sounds easy enough.
Love chopping stuff that's easy. Let's do that, guys.
Does any of them say a horse as a reward?
No, this.
Or a small pony. Pocket pony.
No. Some of them, they all have small amounts of gold listed, but these are not rich people. So, like 15 gold pieces from Bridgekeep Sal, 5 gold pieces from Harlow, 10 gold pieces from Farmer Yalls.
Alright, guys, let's go. The bridge.
I never thought this would be a get-rich-quick scheme, monster hunting, but I feel like we're always about to go broke.
We talk.
Or is that just me?
We're getting gold. We're rich.
Right.
Like, what's like the average salary for a guard per year? Isn't it like 12 gold or something like that?
A guard person per
Like, I think
day.
it was like the. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know. But yeah.
That seems a
Isn't it
lot
like-
for a day.
Yeah, it's a lot
No,
per
isn't
day.
it like isn't it
That's-
12 like their like annual salary? Isn't like something ridiculously low?
I don't know. Okay. So you head over to the bridge, and this is so the bridge is actually a couple miles out of town. So
Damn.
I steal a horse.
you steal another horse. There aren't many horses. They're all hooked up to plows.
I mage hand the chain for the plow thingy, like I'll like unloop part of it and then like I'll lead the horse away or try to, and if all else fails I'll just jump on it and ride away. Emergency!
Did Harlow have any horses?
He had one. It was hooked up to a plow.
Alright, we'll take that one.
Okay. He wasn't really plowing the rest of the day anyway. So you're riding the horse. So you guys, it only takes you an hour to get there instead of 2 hours. You finally get to the bridge, and by this time it's evening. It's starting to get the sun's starting to set, and you see going up to the bridge. It's crossing over Barrows Creek. Over Barrows Creek, and Barrows Creek is not terribly wide, but it's rapid enough and deep enough so that carts and horses couldn't pass it. So they made a bridge, a wooden bridge that's wide enough for a single cart to cross on its own.
Max, I bet you can't shoot that like rope that's hanging that corpse on that bridge.
You see on the other side of the bridge, 30 feet away. No, more like hold on, let me think. 10 yards from where you're standing. We'll call it 60 feet away. On the other side of the bridge, up in the trees, tree branches hanging above the bridge, you see the body of a person just hanging there in the trees, like from a branch.
Ooh, I know what time
It's
this is.
robed. It's in robes. You're not really sure what else, but it's basically that's what you see. You telescope it.
How fresh does the
Spyglass.
How fresh does it look? You're not really seeing much in the way of rotting or decay. Let me see. Hold on a second. Oh, never mind. It does. It looks like it's definitely on the order of like over a week old. So the body is it's not bloated anymore. It's begun to shrivel. Um, interestingly enough, you don't smell the scent of rot coming off of it. But that's about it. All you can tell. It's wearing robes. From down there. So Zelona, you look up there and you see evidence of like magic garment. Like you see like what could be some component pouches on its belt. There's a ring on one of its fingers.
Is that you?
There's a ring on one of its fingers, and it's got like a wand tucked into its belt as well.
I will get within 30 feet of it and mage hand the ring and then the wand and be like, Gwen, now regarding last night, does any of this look familiar? Was this on or certain somebody last?
As your mage hand goes up towards it, as it gets near the body, the mage hand kind of starts to like frazzle and distort, and then as it comes into contact with the body, it just dispels.
I'm gonna throw one of my knives.
Yeah, I'm shooting it.
Pull away at that rope that's holding it up.
Okay.
Like, I won't even look at it. I just throw it. Super cool.
Okay. So,
Night duck.
just for visual. Okay, so if this is
Right? Just for visual.
if this is the bridge, right? Like this. And you guys are on the bridge. Okay? And the river is kind of going underneath the bridge like yay. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
As the bridge terminates at either shore, the trees are on the other side of the shore. You know, they come out and their branches kind of extend out over the bridge, over the creek, right? So the body is hanging over your heads, you know, at least 25 or 30 feet up in the air, is like to its feet. You know, kind of like that is the body, all right? So it's fairly high over your head, in the tree branches.
Okay.
All right. So you're trying to throw a knife at it.
I pull out, so I got my two Eldritch pack weapons. I got 2 darts, which are totally knives, and I take out my one that has danger engraved on it, and I throw it. Try to cut
At the rope.
At the rope.
All right. Roll an attack. Okay.
Damn.
I'm real good.
I'm cutting a finger off with a crossbow, which misses completely because I'm not supposed to hit back, stab
Holy
it.
shit. What just shot at me?
Not really. Not
Oh.
really.
Oh.
The knife flies up into the air and embeds itself into the rope, or where the rope should be connected around its neck and into around the tree. But as it hits, it thunks in, and the whole tree just kind of shakes and shudders. The body does not fall. The rope does not break.
All right, I use my bonus action to have my dagger return back to my hand.
Okay.
Guys, I think we have to fucking explode this tree. But like with explosions and like to the max.
I agree. Pacifism does not apply to dead trees or like trees or corpses. So I sacred flame either if it does
It
connect.
seems like a corpse tree or something like that. But
Okay.
I'm gonna stand back here because I'll observe.
You hear, you guys hear. So it's getting dark out now. You hear footsteps approaching you fairly rapidly from the other side of the bridge.
What is it? That's definitely not Gwen. It's too fast.
And it's a person running, um, actually mounted on horseback, trotting up to the bridge, up to where you are, right? You see one hand raised up in the air, right? It's a man mounted on a horse, and as he gets to the edge of the bridge, he dismounts, and he walks up with purpose towards you guys. And you hear his voice say, as he's walking up to you, his head he's got a cowl over his head. He's leaning forward. You see a sword across his back. And he says, "Don't do it. You have no idea what you're getting into."
Oh, you think you have a cool voice? Let me talk to you about cool voices.
Did you want to do it? I mean, it's up to you.
He says, he kind of just shakes his head. And he says, "I'm just saying. That creature up there, if you're not ready for it, will tear you apart."
Do you have a name for the creature, just so we know what's going on?
He looks at you, just like kind of dubiously. He flips his cowl back, and he says, "I don't know what you call it in this land, but where I'm from, it's called a Chelicerae."
Bless you. Hi. Hi, I'm Zelona. Hi.
You don't look that badass at all. But I'll allow you to join us.
He says, "It's good to know. I won't be joining anything. But that creature up there, I've been hunting it for several days now. It has something I need."
The ring? The wand?
Yeah, it's like literally right there. It's not hard to hunt.
No. That from the corpse. I don't want anything from that. I need the creature. The heart of the creature.
Now, are you talking about the tree or
No.
the corpse
Have you
on the
not
tree?
been listening to anything I've been saying?
Not really, to be honest. Do you want to help us fight it?
He says, "Huh. Fuck." He kind of like turns around, and he starts going back to his horse.
Wait, come back!
Fucking amateurs. He grabs a book.
I levitate the horse before he gets to it. Wait, we're not done! Tell us what's going on!
He levitate the horse off the ground.
I'm levitating it up to the tree.
You see his hand move up in a sign, and with a pulse of telekinetic energy, the horse pulls back down to the ground.
How did you do that? Are you taking apprentices? I mean, I could learn so much from you.
He says, "You're lucky you haven't woken it up."
How do you wake it up?
Hypothetically speaking.
With a lot more force than what you managed.
So, do you mind if we follow you around and sing songs?
He says, "I've been preparing a trap over here, and I didn't want you guys to fuck it up."
Oh, cool. All right, well, we're ready when you're ready. You tell us when to go.
Trying to copy his mannerisms, but like I'm like have my chest puffed out more.
You know, it would be way better if you were more like Max. You know, we could actually understand what's going on with Max, even though it's not always all there, you know, up there in his head. But at least he understood.
Just, "Fine. Come this way."
All right. Hey, everybody. And also you, Geralt. Let's go this way.
He looks at you. He gets onto his horse, and he clicks it off, and he brings you guys over to the other side of the tree. Around, there's a little bend. You have to make your way across some rock fixtures to the far side of the tree, and you can see there he's drawn a runic circle on the ground, right? And he says,
I need to lure it to this location. It gets here, I can slow it down and trap it. Maybe deactivate some of its powers. That's when it's most vulnerable. You help me do this. You can have whatever's on that corpse, I don't care.
But who gets the money on that bounty notice? I mean, the notice board. I mean, who gets paid?
Fuck the bounty. I need the
Oh,
creature's
great!
heart.
Okay,
Agreed?
I
Are
look
we
towards
agreed?
Max. I think you're supposed to grunt here if you want to be like him, Max. Grunt. Okay,
Fucking
strike
amateurs.
silence. Yes, we're good.
He says, oh, one more thing. The creature eats magic. That mage up there didn't stand a chance. You might want to be
Aw,
careful.
fuck you! I'm outie!
And with that, you see him launch his hand. He focuses his hand up there, and a stream of fire goes bursting up into the tree. Not at not where the body is, but in this area here, like this whole section right here. And as it hits, the whole tree begins to writhe and become alive, and you can tell that as colors of foliage begin to drop and tree limbs begin to disappear, that hidden in the foliage, but also taking on the color of it, was a creature, very large, massive-looking creature that was been sitting there in the tree branches the whole time. And attached to its it comes out, and you can see this large torso, 8 spindly arachnid-like legs stretch out all across the top of the trees, and the body of this mage that was hanging there is still attached to its mouth. Okay. The Chelicerae turns and spins towards you. Its body begins to crackle with blue electricity, and it charges. All right, that's where we'll leave it for today.
Ooh, dope.
I yell
No.
at this fellow. Some morning could have been nice. I thought you meant like we'd started our.
Is the wizard that's like in the guy's mouth gonna be Adis's character?
It depends on whatever Adis rolls,
Oh.
whatever his character ends up being. But sure.
Can we bring him back after the ring is gone? I mean, we'll just have to be like, this is our ring.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So you guys have just met a much older Geralt of Rivia.
Yeah, for a second, I was like, Santa? Is that you? But yeah.
Well, Geralt of Rivia met 3 super cool people, so like win-win for everybody.
Okay, and so Lena is gonna have a trial, upcoming soon, and the hounds are also gonna attack sometime soon. So
Santa has epic PTSD and will never trust hunters ever again.
Right,
they
well,
took
thanks
away
for
her
running.
mommy. All right.
I know, right? Have a great night.
Yep.
Thanks
Have
so
a good
much.
night. See you guys next week.
Yes.
Yeah.